Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Out of the Blue number 523. I think I finally figured out the direction. We've been kind of floating along here, and I have this book. The title, which is Years to Share by Peggy H. Benjamin. Autographed. And it's the second printing. So it's a privately printed book. It's a woman writing about her pioneer parents. I'm not sure how to bring this subject up, actually. I guess the word is opportunity. The word I want to share is on this subject is opportunity, because I'm going to present something as an opportunity that you've probably never thought of as an opportunity before. Because what we have here, I guess this is an approach towards integrating the grief from the loss of a loved one. All right? Now, I don't know how to say that exactly concisely, so maybe that'll just boil down sooner or later to something a little more concise. But the idea is you've lost a loved one and you don't know what to do about it. I mean, you don't know how to deal with the loss. Someone vital to your life, and they're gone, they're dead. You're alive and they're dead. That's what we're talking about. Somebody you can't live without has died. Maybe even years ago, and you've been just years on your heart. You don't know how to deal with it. Because people say, just get over it. Well, get over what? You just, you don't really ever get over it. It becomes kind of a part of your life. This big missing piece, taken out of your heart. You don't get over that. You just kind of integrate it into your life. And so I am going to talk about a new way of integrating that loss. Or maybe not new. I don't see why it's new necessarily, but it's just another way to think about it. Or not even think, to live with it, right? And that's what I mean by years to share, and that's what I mean by opportunity. So, what I'm saying is, the person's gone, and what you have now is an opportunity to interact with them in a new and kind of exciting way. I guess that might be a good word, is exciting. I mean, it's interesting. Because what I'm talking about basically is if you read Francesco, I'm talking straight out of Francesco basically. And so I'll link to Francesco in the description. Francesco wrote a book called Wanderer in the Spirit Lands, and he falls in love with a woman on his deathbed. He's dying, and she visits him, and they fall in love, and then from the afterlife, anyway, he interacts with her, and so they have a second chapter in their relationship. So the first chapter in their relationship, he's dying and she's tending to him and they become close. And that's it. And he dies. And then there's this whole second chapter which precedes whenever she's going to die. So she's going to die at some later point in life. She's living on Earth. She's going to die. And he's kind of preparing himself and preparing a space for them. And so there's this whole chapter of one of the people in the love affair being dead and one of the people being alive. So you were alive together at one point on Earth. And by love affair, you know, it could be any love relationship. Your mother, your, you know, whoever. So for a while you were on Earth together. Sooner or later you're going to be in the spirit world together. But now you're not in the spirit world together. You're here and they're there, essentially is what we're saying. And so I'm saying, look at this position you're in, which is painful. You can also look at it as an opportunity and even as an exciting opportunity to just simply live in this chapter while you're in this chapter. So the chapter, let's say you're grieving over a loved one and you don't know how to deal with the loss. You're in this chapter now where they're over there in the spirit world and you're here. I heard it called recently the mirror world. And that's an interesting way of thinking about it, because it's like this world that mirrors ours, you could say, but then you could turn that around and you could say that we are a mirror of that world. It's kind of more Swedenborgian to say that us on Earth, are a mirror of that world. So they're in the mirror world, if you like that terminology. I use the spirit lands, but mirror world kind of contains an extra piece of information that's useful, which is to say you can't step into the mirror. You're stuck here, but if you look at the image in the mirror and you imagine that behind you, so you're looking in the mirror and behind you is the entire Earth. Behind you is this entire world. You can go outside behind you and look up into the sky and there's stars. So you think that person in the mirror world has a world just like that behind them, is a way of looking at it, right? So they're in the mirror world where you're going to go someday. They used to be here with you. You're sooner or later going to be there with them. But right now, you have this kind of Francesco-like opportunity and also J. Hewitt Mackenzie-like. So that's what J. Hewitt Mackenzie is talking about. His book is called Spirit Intercourse. And he's talking about talking to the spirits. And he says that there's the spirit lands surround Earth. And he describes them with numbers. And he describes exactly the dimensions of the Van Allen belts. So I'm saying whoever this deceased loved one is of yours, they're up in the spirit lands, which are the actual literal Van Allen belts. So you are literally on Earth right now, and then when this physical body evaporates, you die, you evaporate, yourself, whatever it is, moves somewhere into the Van Allen belts. And so whoever this loved one is of yours is in the Van Allen belts somewhere, and you can point to it, but it's not exactly the Van Allen belts, it's the mirror world Van Allen belts, right? The mirror world Van Allen belts. How's that? I've coined a phrase. But anyway, so the opportunity, and the reason I bring this book up is because what you have is you have years to share like this. You are sharing this time together. It's special for you, it can be special for you, and it can be special for them. Just to kind of share these years. So this person is, or can be, with you in a way for the rest of your life. All right? We'll talk more about this later. Thanks. See ya.